nothing extraordinary. While I was there, I used the toilet and I washed my hands, and then went to my room and got my toiletries kit to brush my teeth. Carrying a lantern around was a little disconcerting. I've had to deal without electricity many times before, but that wasn't what was bothering me. The shadows from the lamp danced all over, giving the impression of others in the room with me. It's strange because I've never had that feeling before. Shadows were always just shadows. I was trained to be cautious of who could be hiding in the shadows, not the shadows themselves. I finished up my bedtime routine and settled into sleep. There wasn't much of anything else to do, so I might as well get some rest. One of the things I was taught early on in my career was that any time you get a chance, rest. You never know when the next chance will come. I laid down in the comfortable bed and did some relaxation exercises, and before I knew it, I was asleep.
And, Ted, take us through the figures.
Things are looking good.
Ted, we can all see that you're into...
I woke with a start, not knowing why. It was pitch black in the room. Instead of panicking, I touched my watch to illuminate it and found my phone. Turning on the flashlight and lighting the lamp helped me to get my bearings, but still didn't tell me why I was awake. I sat there for a long moment and then I heard it. There was a loud clanking sound coming from somewhere outside. Sleeping in my clothes when on the job was a habit that I had gotten into when I first started doing private security. Another carryover from the military. I slipped out of bed and into my boots and then strapped on my utility belt and checked to make sure that my sidearm was loaded. I turned off the phone's flashlight and grabbed a small utility flashlight from one of the pouches on my belt. For the moment, I holstered the gun and explored with the flashlight. This could be nothing. I didn't want to go in gangbusters just to find some kids playing around or a worker that came in early. I double-checked my watch. It was 5 o'clock in the morning. Seemed like an odd time for a worker to come in, but stranger things have happened. Working my way down the stairs quietly, I double-checked the bar room and it was empty. Opening the door, I had the strangest feeling that something was wrong. Nothing seemed to be out of place. It had stopped raining and I stepped out into the street to find a light layer of fog. Looking up and down the street, I heard the noise again. It sounded like it was coming from the direction of the church. Leading with the flashlight, I started in that direction. There seemed to be a slight orange glow coming from inside the building the closer that I got. The beam of my flashlight made the air around me glow. It made me feel like I was giving my position away. I fought back the feeling. This was a little town in Vermont, not an active war zone. I had to be cautious, but also temperate with non-lethal actions. The church loomed in front of me. It seemed much larger up close. I climbed the steps and reached for the doorknob when a loud crack sounded behind me. I whipped around, shining my flashlight at everything, but there was nothing there. As I was looking back, I noticed a light in the window of my room. I must have left the lantern lit. As I looked, I saw the light dim for an instant and then get brighter, almost as if somebody had walked in front of it. The temperature felt like it was in the lower 70s, but that didn't keep a chill from running down my spine. Someone was curious to know who I was. From years of experience, I've found that it's never good if somebody wants to find out who you are, but doesn't want to do it face to face. That would be something to deal with when I got back to my room. For now, there was a church to explore. I got the feeling that somebody was trying to distract me from entering the church. I reached the top of the stairs and turned the knob, but nothing happened. It didn't feel like it was locked. It was almost as if somebody was on the other side, holding the knob. I turned as hard as I could, and finally it gave and the door opened, dragging me inside and nearly knocking me to the floor. Regaining my balance, my hand hovered over my gun, expecting to see someone doing something they weren't supposed to. As I slowly pant around the room, I found something much worse.